Welcome back, whippersnappers. This is Gramps. We're in Shapes 2 hard mode, playing with the Dimension update, and, well, bad news. So I recorded an entire episode. It was actually way too long, the episode. And then I went to edit it, and oh, hey, there's no audio because my video software did an update without telling me, and it messed up my audio. Yay. So what I have done is, since we last spoke, this operator shape did come in. Remember, we needed 21,000 of those. So that came in and got done. And then after that, I finished out a task. I just did one set of tasks, and I got our 50 points. We ended up with 52 points. And in fact, let's take a quick look at this. Tasks. Yep. So I did the one right above this. Let's go down here. This guy. I got this task all done. So we ended up with enough points that we do have 3 layers now. You can see 3 layers on our platforms, which is great. And then I built a whole thing for blueprint points, but that doesn't help you if you don't see it. So what I've done now is I have deleted everything. Everything is deleted except what you see here. It's all gone. There's no blueprint points being made, but you can see right here, 136,000. We were at like what, 60,000, 80,000, something like that. Anyway, we're now at 136,000, so it was working. And we also, you can see we're at 12,023 platform limits. Why are we that low? Actually, where are we using 232 platforms? Up here? No. There's nothing up there. And down here, where I had... Oh, that's where it is. Okay, yeah. Alright. Oh, I know what it is. Because that is down on this level. Okay, there we go. And there's a reason why there were a lot of belts there. And we will cover that reason. What? Oh, there we go. Ah, got it. This is... There we go. Those are all deleted. All right, now zoom in and go back to level 1. Now we still only have 2 layers of space, but yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so let's head back to the home base here. So here's what we're gonna do today. We are going to build a crazy amount of blueprint point machinery, and that's what we're gonna get going first. Next episode, what we're probably going to do is come back in and we're gonna probably just knock out some tasks, to be honest, and get some research points built up. So one of the things I realized as I was recording last episode is that we do not have the ability to choo-choo train fluids. So, yeah, that is not great. But here's what I'm going to do. Because we have access to the shape filter, we are going to leapfrog over this blueprint point shape right to this one. It's the same shape, but the top is painted blue. So what I want to do is I'm going to, up here, is create that shape, circle, 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 and then windmill or wedge. And we're going to find spots where that is. So here, here, all good. Up here. Okay, now where is one that is close to And these are pretty close. Let's look out over here. That's pretty darn close. Now what I want to do is change this to the bottom shape, which is a square, and that's right there. So we could mine our shapes here, paint them blue somewhere over here, like by this blue, and then stack them with this over here. And then we're pretty close to getting them into here. So let's do it. Let's do it to it. Let me show you what we're doing. It's quick and easy. So the other thing is that I updated blueprints. So let me show you our miner shape, our shape miner blueprint. So this is grabbing all the pieces here, picking them out on the bottom layer. This kicks them out on the middle layer, and this kicks them out on the top layer. Then all three belts combine, and we get a single belt with 3 layers. So I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this. Then with the new, look at that. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. We can do that. All right. So now we're getting all 4 miners up and running. Excellent. Now the other thing is this is in the right orientation for that. So I don't need to do any sort of modification at all. And I'm going to come over here to the train menu and do a shape loader. There, and there. Also, this 2 square space is absolutely perfect for single car trains. Now here's a difference between the dimension update and previous updates, is that when it creates the little puck, it's just these little packets here. And then it used to be that you would upgrade how many shapes were held in these pucks, in these little packages, okay? But that's not the case anymore. That's actually, look at that. There's some cool detail. Look at that detail. That's pretty cool. So that's the way it used to work, right? Now when you're upgrading train capacity, you're telling it how many of these it can carry. So it starts off by being able to carry 3, then you upgrade it, and then it can carry 6. Then you upgrade it and it can carry, 9 or 12 or whatever. So it keeps going up that way. So anyway, that is how that is working. All right, so here is some blue. Now, as I said, we do not have the ability to bring fluid in by train. So we are not going to because we can't. So I'm going to open up this and bring in our painter. Now our painter, yeah, let's just do this. We're going to go quad on everything. So this is going to come along, and then our train is going to unload shapes in all those places. And let's go back over here. And then into there. Excellent. So one of the things I want to show quickly is why we use trains. Well, we could use space belts instead of trains, right? Because space belts span a distance. Now look up here. We have 1329 platform limits available to us. Now we've got 1201. So we used up a lot. But if we do the same thing with the train track, we still have 1329. And we can go even further with it. So the train track itself does not cost any of the blueprint points. All right. So here's the other thing that I did is if we go down to level 0, let's imagine that this is where our fluid is going to come in. Oops. There we go. There, 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 and there. And it's going to come in and do that. Alright, so that is kind of a cool way we can use multi-layers. Could be right underneath the track, but I kind of like having it up here separately. And let's put in our train stops. Oh, no, you know what? Yeah. We can put in our stops, why not? But we're actually going to delete all these train stops. Because we do not have the ability to bring in fluid. And those were the wrong stops anyway. Again, we don't have the correct stops. So let's come back here and grab our miner, our fluid miner. Get the correct level. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll do 4. All right. So we're gonna do that. Nope. Gonna do that. Nope. Still no. All right. This is a tight fit for sure. So I'm going to take this guy and move him to there. There we go. So those are all completely handled except for this one. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, this one we can just do regular, like that. And then we will copy you and paste you there. Okay. So now, what we want to do is run these in from here. Okay. So we're just going to do 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay. Now once we get trains that can handle fluid, this is going to be completely changed. But in the meantime, this is doing what we need. So let's get started by putting some trains on the track. We only have the red locomotive. I'm going to do 1, 2. Yeah, these do use points, 5 points each. I'm going to do 8 of those. Those are 5 points. This is 3 points each. Okay, so those trains are going to come along, boom, 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 zip-a-dee-doo-dah down here, and drop those off. Excellent. Now we need a shape loader. Hey, before we get too far into this, let me ask you a question. Would it be helpful, would you want blueprints? Would you want me to actually make blueprints and put them somewhere where you can download? Is that something you would want? If so, let me know. Same thing here. We're gonna do 6 of those. Isn't that what we did here? Oh my goodness, look at that. 6, 7, 8 apparently. Alright. I'm not gonna worry about getting those trains built yet. But now those guys are going to come over here to this general area. So that's going to be their top layer done. Now, let's look in here. And let's grab some stuff. Again, we'll just grab 4. That, and that. And we are going to have a train set up. Now, I'm going to start standardizing these, by the way. So I'm going to... let's do it with that. Let's save this. I'm going to call it depot. Oops. Depot shape. Load. And we'll use that. And then I'm going to use an up arrow to denote load. And then let's use our shape icon here. Right. So that is going here. All right. Boink and boink. I'm just going to draw this out this way. You know what, though? Before we do this, I'm going to cut that and give it the old Shift F. I'm going to have it go this way. Because then I'm going to have it come up and do all that stuff here. Okay. This, oh, you know what? I need to do another thing. I'm going to do that. Because we need to rotate this. So you can see these are pointing down and to the left. We need them pointing down to the right. That way they will sync up correctly. So I'm going to pop this in. And this is simply a counterclockwise rotate. So counterclockwise rotator. Rotato. I'm going to pause that while we're building it, because I don't want this to get all out of whack. Okay, this is going to be saved as rotate counterclockwise. And do this counterclockwise is that way. And that is a 3-layer. Boom, boom, and boom. There we go. Release the beast. Alright, so the other thing that I mentioned in my wonderful episode is that I am making all of these depot stations go in the same direction. They can, as a station, so the whole station can either go off to the left or go off to the right. But everything entering that station is going to go in one direction. All right, now here is where we are going to do some shape stacking. And that's where I get to show you the new beast that I created, which is this. Look at that. This is a 3-layer stacker. And I know you're saying, but Gramps, this is completely useless, just showing us this without some detail. Well, let me show you some detail. Okay, and I'm going to show it to you in the this setting. I have this broken down. So there are 3 different sets of stackers in this. This is the final one. So there's a set of stackers here, which is actually up high. This is on the 2nd layer. And then there's 2 sets of stackers on the ground level. One set here, and one set here. I'm considering a set to be 24. All right, so 4 rows of 6. So for this set of stackers, this is where everything comes in. From the bottom, it feeds into the bottom. From the 2nd layer, it feeds into the 2nd layer. Quick and easy. This next set also feeds in from the bottom layer. This is going to be the upper level, right? So you can see it comes in here, it comes up these, and then jumps over and goes in. And then over here it goes in. But the bottom layer stuff, this is the trickiest level, to be honest. The bottom layer stuff comes in from the very top layer, disperses, and then drops down 2 levels to go into the bottom. All right, then this is the higher level one. So it takes the bottom in from the middle section and the top in from the top section. Okay, that makes more sense. And then it goes out on the top, on the upper level. So all together, these 3 shapes combine to make this. All right, so that's what we have. So that's why the last episode was so long, because you could have seen me whittling away at that beast for about 45 minutes. All right. So we're going to take this, and then we're going to drop down a layer. And again, going off center, just because I think it works better. Oops. Right. So now we are feeding it, and that is where we want our the shape we just made, the teardrop shape, to go in. Let's put some stops up here. So that's this guy. So we're gonna drop you down and bring you on in. Okay. Then this should create our final shape. So let's get these guys in. This copy paste costs 0 blueprint points. So that's good. And you can see how many are already here. So, yeah, there's definitely, it turns into, like, literally, these are just going to take from this first one. They're going to completely ignore these two. But here's the thing. Once we increase our train capacity, it's going to be pulling more and more. That was another thing I did, is I did upgrade our train speed. So up to 140% train speed. So, yeah. I didn't mean to save that file, but I did, and here we are. This is all good. Here we go. So again, because everything is coming in from the side, it's going to fully saturate this first one and get that one done. All right, let's do loader. And stops. Do there. All right. And here is home base. So we want to go up and to the left. So I'm going to just come out this way a bit first. Just to give us, oops, that, just to give us some expansion room. Then we'll go up along this guy here. B, and then it here. Let's get this lined up. And here. Excellent. Done and done. So let's go see what is going on. These should be creating, yep. So you can see, those are wrong is what you can see. What is happening? Oh, that's right. I had this completely. All right. Yeah. This is not optimal. All right. I'm going to take this whole thing because it needs to be diluted anyways. Deleted. Then I'm going to get rid of all that. All right. Then this is that. Okay. Yay. Hey, by the way, quick note, I just saw today, after I recorded that extremely long and not recorded episode, that we have topped 300 subscribers. We were at 302 last I looked, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining. It is very, very appreciated. So yeah, we are doing this. We are bringing those guys in here. And this guy is dropping down and going in. Because these are the bottom. Bottom goes through straight. Alright. Now it's all better. goodness, that was ridiculous. Let's double check. Yes, these are coming in on the bottom. All right. That's what we want. So yay. Quick and easy. I'm going to reset the shape filter so we don't have glaring neon light blazing in the eyes. And you can see the other shapes, the top shapes are coming in. It's a little backwards, isn't it? Like I should have this one on the lower level and then these guys on the top level. Yeah, I think that's what I should do. But we're going to leave this one as is for right now. So excellent. Let's do this. Let's zip forward a bit and see these delivering in. Make sure it works. So it's 16.8 thousand blueprint points. You can see too, we've used a lot of platform limit. We've used half of our platform limit. Just building this out. A big part of that is because there's so many trains. And yeah, that's just the way that is. Let's look at some tasks. Yeah, see, tasks are going to give us a little bit of platform limit, but not a lot. You're going to increase it just a bit. 20, 30, 40, 40, 50. Mainly, of course, what we're doing these for is the research points. That's what we want. The big chunks are going to be when we get these guys turned in. The new ones, when we get the new ones turned in. So, when we turn in this next one here, that's going to give us 500 platform limit points. Boom. Right off the bat. With the little operator things, every time those get turned in, we're going to get 2 research points, and we're going to get 25 platform limit and 25,000 blueprint points, which is great. So that is another thing we want to get doing fairly quickly. Look at this image here, this shape, a little doggy. It's a little doggy. I love that doggy. So we need to get that going. But that said, I think what we're going to do next episode is just knock out some tasks. And again, using the tools that we have now, specifically the train and the shape finder, it's going to make this super easy to do. Okay? And we've got a good starting collection of some blueprints. Let's, in fact, save this as depot shape. Oh wait, no, that's still a shape load. We need to save this. This is a depot shape unload. And we are going to do choo-choo train, shape, and a down arrow for unload. Did I completely blow that? Depot shape unload? Yeah, I did. Boom, save as depot shape unload. Alright, all better. Doke. Alright, so let's fast forward now and see some shapes actually rolling in. So yes, trains are wonderful. And you see these guys all coming in and dropping off their payload. It definitely processes these payloads quicker than it used to with the old ones. Because you can see there's none building up. They're just kind of going into the system. There, we've got a little build up now. But that's fine. That's what we want. So once this is fully upgraded, each of those trains is going to be dropping off a bunch of those little delivery capsules. But look at this. This is beautiful. These will be jumping on in. And you can see those blueprint points going up. Excellent. So yeah, each one of those that goes in, each single shape that goes in gives us 5 blueprint points. So you can see those are going up pretty quickly. And if we go back over here to our... Oh wait, where's our actual blueprint shape? It is right here. Right? Yeah. So I'm going to cut this and then paste it. So that's going to respawn all those trains. I'm also going to move the blueprint marker to here. Alright, so it's going to respawn all those trains. Are all going to pick up a new fresh load. Now, of course, I could just put a ton of trains in here, but that's going to use up a ton of platform limit points, and we don't have those right now. And honestly, right now, this is good for us, for blueprints. We are rocking it. So, you see that was a full batch. Yeah, and we still have enough to take another full batch here. Obviously, a full batch could be taken here too. In fact, this one's probably backed up. It is. So that means this one's starting to run. Which it already is. Oh, it's got the top shape in, or the bottom shape in. Haha. Alright, I need to change that. Okay. I will do on future builds, and I will probably eventually go and change this, because I now can't stand it. Yay! Alright, my friends. That is going to be it for this episode. A shorter one, trust me, a better one. I'm so glad that we have trains. We are going to branch out into our universe quite a bit. That, combined with the shape filter, you're going to see how easy it is to do. Again, let me know if you want me to host, find a file, sharing service. There's a million out there where I can just copy paste in blueprints. I could even use Google Docs or something like that. Let me know if that's something that would interest you, if you would download those. And yeah, I think that's it. This is Gramps, signing off.